Okay, everyone, my name is Iqra here, where you from house with drawing campus और आज ये मेरा ट्यूशन का सेकंड सेशन है और जिसका टॉपिक है वो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस व्हाट इट इज एंड व्हाई इट्स मैटर सो लेट्स
What's up?
Hi Maya, how are you?
That it. Which part of management
Maya,
are
my
we
first question
diving into? I'm listening.
question is what are the main components of emotional intelligence?
Basically, it's a mix of a few key skills: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. It's like the toolkit for handling your own head and other people's feelings without everything blowing up. Which one of those sounds the most useful to you?
Okay, so my next question
You're welcome.
is how does
What's the question?
self-awareness help a person?
Wait, you just my bad, I'm totally on it. Self-awareness is basically your internal GPS. It stops you from just reacting blindly to things and lets you actually see the patterns in how you feel. When you know why you're annoyed or stressed, you can actually do something about it instead of just feeling like a chaotic mess. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next question is what is the role of empathy in emotional intelligence?
Empathy is basically the bridge. It lets you actually step into someone else's shoes and understand where they're coming from, even if you don't agree with them. Without it, the other components of emotional intelligence are just technical skills. Empathy is what makes the interaction actually human. Does that feel like a hard skill to master?
Okay, so my next question is how can emotional intelligence improve relationships?
It's the secret sauce. When you've got it down, you stop having those huge, unnecessary arguments because you can read the room and handle conflict before it spirals. It creates a level of trust where people feel actually heard and understood, which is usually where the strong still have more questions on your list.
Okay, so my next question is why is self-control important in managing emotions?
Think of it as the pause button. It keeps you from saying something you'll immediately regret the second it leaves your mouth. Instead of just exploding when you're frustrated, self control lets you process the emotion and decide how to respond, which usually saves you a lot of apologizing later.
Okay, so my next question is how does emotional intelligence affect decision making?
It keeps your logic from getting hijacked. When you're too angry or too excited, it's easy to make a call you'll regret later. Emotional intelligence lets you recognize that state and wait until you're level headed to actually decide. It basically ensures you're. I'm not sure if you've got a list in front of you, but I'm all ears for whatever's next.
Okay, so my next question is what are some signs of a person with high emotional intelligence?
Usually, they're the people who make everyone else feel calm. They tend to be great listeners. They're honest about their own mistakes without getting defensive, and they can navigate a tense conversation without making it weirder. Basically, their planning test is definitely a huge part of it, is where all that self-awareness and discipline actually hit the pavement. Are you thinking about a specific way to organize things?
Okay, so my
I'm here.
next question is how can emotional intelligence help a student in school?
And it's a total game changer for students. It helps them handle the stress of a big exam without spiraling, and it makes it way easier to work in groups without wanting to pull their hair out. Plus, it's usually the students who can manage their emotions that stay focused longer. Do you think school is more about books or people skills?
Okay, so my next question is, how can emotional intelligence help students in school?
We actually just touched on that. It helps with exam stress, group projects, and staying focused. Totally. Managing your time is usually where the stress actually starts. If you can handle the emotional side of that, like not panicking when the list gets too long, everything feels a lot more doable.
Okay, so my next question is, how can a person develop emotional intelligence?
It's a muscle, honestly. You just have to keep flexing it. Start by just noticing how you're feeling in the moment without judging it, and then try active listening, actually hearing what someone is saying instead of just planning your next response. It takes some practice, but it gets easier.
Okay, so my next question is, how does emotional intelligence help in teamwork?
It's the glue that keeps everything together. When everyone can read the room and handle their disagreements without it becoming a personal war, you actually get things done. It turns a group of people into an actual team because there's trust and a shared understanding. Do you think most teams are missing that?
Okay, so why is communication important in emotional intelligence?
Because it's how all the other skills actually get delivered. You can have all the empathy and self awareness in the world, but if you can't communicate that effectively, it's like having a great map, but no way to tell anyone where to go. It's the tool that lets you turn an internal feeling into a shared understanding.
Because my next question is, what are the benefits of understanding other people's emotions?
It basically gives you a superpower for navigating the world. You stop guessing and start knowing why people do what they do, which makes everything from avoiding arguments to helping a friend feel way more natural. It's just a lot less exhausting when you're not constantly second guessing the vibe.
Okay, so my next question is, how can stress management improve emotional intelligence?
I think you mean emotion management, right? Being able to regulate how you express your feelings is basically the core of emotional intelligence. It stops a temporary mood from causing permanent damage to a relationship.
Okay, so how does emotional intelligence contribute to leadership?
It transforms a boss into a leader. People don't actually follow titles, they follow people they trust and respect. When a leader has high EQ, they can motivate their team without burning them out because they know exactly when to push and when to give someone a break. It's the difference between just giving orders and actually inspiring people to want to do the work.
Okay, so my next question is, why do employers
Um,
value emotional intelligence in the workplace?
In a professional setting, it's all about the subtle shifts. Focus on things like receiving a critique without getting defensive or knowing how to deliver a tough message without crushing someone's spirits. It's really just about treating your coworkers as humans first and employees second. Do you think that's common in most offices?
Okay, so my next question is, what challenges can arise from low emotional intelligence?
It's basically a recipe for constant friction. You'll see a lot more misunderstandings, people feeling ignored, and those awkward silences that just hang there because nobody knows how to fix the mood. It usually ends up making the person feel isolated because they're accidentally pushing people away without knowing why.
Okay, thank you so much everyone. Thank you so much. Take care.